We are. We're recording, Richard Sarvate. We are here. This is the Brian Moreno Show. I am so excited to be back. This is the sports show. This show, the Brian Moreno Show, has a lot of different colors to this rainbow. There's a lot of layers to this cake.
I like to think of them as tentacles.
There's a lot. Sure. I am the far-reaching octopus, the octopi in the YouTube world. That is Richard Sarvate to my side. He is here. We are in Los Angeles. Everything is locked down. Normally we would have some guests or more people, but we're staying safe. We hope you are. This is the all sports show. Some of my shows are more serious. Some are funnier. If this is one of the... I get new viewers, and I forget sometimes that I have to reintroduce myself in the show. I am an ex-comedian, an ex-actor, an ex-philanthropist, and it's not that I don't give anymore, it's that I haven't since COVID. Like, I haven't done anything that I feel like very philanthropic.
I feel like this show is philanthropic, you know? I mean, we're giving out great picks every week.
That's a good point. No, that's a good point. For those who watch this show with any regularity, I do give out gambling picks.
Yes.
And I, historically speaking, am a pretty strong gambler. This season, I believe I am...
You're 33-21.
33-21, which I got to tell you, that's a lot better than what you're going to find on ESPN and Fox Sports by any one of those prognosticators. And that's not, that's good. 70%, if you're a gambler and you're hitting 70%, you're like the best in the world.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. The problem, with gambling is you just have to... You have to stay in the pocket. You can't go start making a bunch of bets because that's when you lose. Just take your one or two that you like. And last week I gave out, I was 4-1 with Alabama. That's controversial if that'll go on my record. I got to clarify that. But I was 3-1 in the picks that I gave out. And I put my money where my mouth is, just so you know. I'm not one of these guys on ESPN or Fox News or whatever, Fox Sports, that are picking just because they have to. They're contractually obligated. No. I'm picking. I'm putting my money where my anus is. I'm I'm sitting on it and keeping it warm.
Jesus.
Yeah, so that's why last week we cleaned up on the Ravens. Very disappointed on the Steelers. But if you listen to the show, one of the callers that I have, Jersey Josh, calls in. And if lines are ever at that 5 number in the NFL, which the Steelers got down to. The Steelers, they were a 6-point favorite. Mm-hmm. And it goes down to about 5.5, which is really weird because everyone was betting the Steelers. And so that means the line is moving opposite in accordance to the bets. And Vegas knows something. Well, I don't even know if it's Vegas. Whoever makes the lines, like the people who are backing the bets, they know something.
Well, I mean, what could they have known?
That the Steelers were going to come out and play like they didn't even know what sport it was. It was a brutal game. The Steelers versus the Browns last week. It was, oh man, it was gut-wrenching.
I guess somebody saw Ben Roethlisberger just having a burger or something.
It was
an hour before the game.
Absolute gut-wrenching. I want to pull up my favorite video of the Steelers fans' reactions, because I was looking up Steelers fans' reactions, and let's see, I believe I sent it to you, Richard Sarvate.
Oh, yeah. I have it on my Instagram.
Yes, I'm trying to get it pulled up here. You know, this is not the level of expert profession that you deserve. And that's the other thing that I wanted to mention in this show, because if you have watched my show, you know that I think I've made progress since the beginning, but I continue to want to make progress. And I know that some of the gambling talk that I may bring up it's very high level, and it's not for everyone, and I get that. So I don't want this show to just be about gambling. We're going to continue to talk NBA as the season goes on. Right now, NFL is the giant monster in the room.
Oh, that was the Alabama celebration I sent you. Let me see.
No, here, I'm pulling it up right now. Yeah. Oh.
I love this reaction. I just want to watch it again. It was so good.
Yes, we're going to get this. Okay, this is my favorite reaction to anything Steelers. It looks like
I feel the same.
I could. Oh. Wow.
Damn.
I just whoever's recording that video, it looks like he's wearing an official Brian Moreno Show shirt. It didn't look like a Steelers shirt. But that being said, that had to have been a heartbreaking loss for anyone who actually cares about the Steelers. If you gave a shit about the Steelers, oh man, that must have been brutal.
Oh my God, that must have been it's like prison rape, you know?
I don't know if it's that bad, but I know it's substantially heartbreaking. Like, I know that Steelers fans are going to think about that, and the Steelers have huge decisions to make with Ben Roethlisberger, because if the NFL continues the way it is, on schedule, Ben Roethlisberger, he can't make it another season. He looked tired. He didn't even look like he wanted to be there.
No, he looked scared.
And I told you, Colin Cowherd says all the time that a good offseason for Ben Roethlisberger is yoga and beer. Like, you can't do that in the NFL. You can't.
And he kept on doing that old man mouth. You know how his mouth is during the games? It's always like, oh, I'm scared we're going to lose to the Browns.
Yes, we used to call that back in the day as Peyton Manning puss face. No, that would be the name for it when
you pucker up your lips like a pussy. It looks like an anus more.
Now before I get, there is some NBA, like NBA finally has something to talk about. The only thing to talk about in the NBA this year is Lakers dominating, and the fact that some of these games are getting canceled because of COVID and postponed. Like, yeah, they're going to make it through it, but a lot of games seem to be getting postponed. And James Harden got traded out of Houston. James Harden, the all-star, the perennial all-star out of Houston, who every time the ball gets to him, he's not the best distributor. Like, he dribbles a lot. His use, which means he's got a very high usage rate. Like, when the ball touches him, it doesn't leave. And
he's a ball hog.
Yeah, he can be, but he cried his way out of Houston. Cried and cried and cried. And I got to tell you, the NBA is set up so that the player can demand things and actually it work. Like in the NFL, you can't do that. If you don't get along in the NFL, you probably just get cut or trade. Like, it's unless you're a real big star. Like, and there's only a few people who can get coaches fired. in the NFL, but in the NBA, you can get coaches fired real quick. James Harden got his coach fired, and then he got out. You know, the coach and GM are both gone out of Houston. Now, James Harden plays for the Brooklyn Nets. James Harden, Kevin Durant, and their third star, who's been missing for 3 days, is Kyrie Irving. Now I hear Kyrie is gonna get fined close to $1 million.
He's just missing.
Well, you got to go to work. If you got a job, you can't just not go to work.
So no one knows where he is.
Some people might know where he is. He's not kidnapped, if that's what you're implying.
Yeah.
He is still.
So he just doesn't want to play?
Apparently not. I mean, he is supposed to. Yeah, he's supposed to pay about $850,000 or so.
Weird, but I don't understand. I mean, why doesn't he want to play professional basketball?
Kyrie's always been Kyrie Irving. I'm gonna pull him up on the screen. This is Kyrie Irving. He plays for the Brooklyn Nets. He's always been kind of a head case. That's a way people describe him, as a head case a little bit. And he is good though. Mm-hmm. He won a championship with LeBron. I mean, he's a good player, but the thing is, he's not. He's not. If you're not on the court and you're not available, you're not worth a shit.
Is he like Dennis Rodman, where he needs to recharge every once in a while, go to Vegas?
That would be the closest example that I would have ever seen of people who just leave. Yeah. Yeah, and if you're not familiar, Dennis Rodman plays for Chicago Bulls. And during pandemic, it's wonderful. If you watch, what is it called? The
Last Dance.
The Last Dance. It's a wonderful miniseries.
Fucking loved it.
Yeah, wonderful. And you really get to see Jordan and the magic of what he brought to Chicago in the NBA. And Dennis Rodman was on the team, and he would just disappear.
Yeah, he's just like,
I need to recharge.
Well, now sometimes I just need to get drunk and go to Vegas.
Is that your Dennis Rodman, or was
That's my Dennis Rodman.
was that?
I mean, Michael Jordan's a good player. But
Yeah, that sounded like Michael Corleone talking about Dennis Rodman.
No, Dennis Rodman has a major speech impediment, though.
Sure, so does Michael Corleone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
they all just go to the same to me. I do one speech impediment for everyone.
So this weekend, we have 4 games.
4 games, baby.
4 very good games. Very good games. We started out with the Packers-Rams. Now I got to tell you, I picked the Rams last week. That was one of my picks. I bet them in a teaser. I didn't bet them straight up, but I did bet them. The teaser lost because of the Steelers. The teaser is where you have to combine a bunch of teams and you get some extra points, but it's called a teaser for a reason because it has a tendency to tease you. Yep. Now, the Packers line started out about 7. It's down. It's about 6.5, 7 still. The line isn't moving. And a line moves when what I hear is when about $50,000 gets bet on one side or the other. Mm-hmm. So if, 50,000 gets laid on the Packers, you would think that the line would be moving in accordance. But if the money is even, the line doesn't move.
So $50,000 moves the line, what, 1 point or half a point?
Half a point.
Okay, so
half a point.
So right now the line is negative 7.5 for the Packers. So if 50,000 goes on the Packers, then it would be minus 8.
It will theoretically speaking. Theoretically. Now, what I'm seeing is that a lot of money is getting bet on the Packers and the line isn't moving. Oh. The line isn't budging. So Vegas is pretty confident in this number. It's probably going to be low scoring, which I like. I like the under. Mm-hmm. If there's one thing that I do like, that a pick that I'll give out, I say the under in this game because the line isn't moving. If Vegas is confident that, if people are 60% of the money is getting laid and it's not moving, they're pretty confident in this line. I'm just not confident in Jared Goff, the quarterback of the Rams.
Oh.
He was announced quarterback today. His thumb. Oh, I got to pull up Jared Goff's thumb.
Oh, my God. They have a picture? Fuck.
Yes. Now, I have to say, the quarterback of the Rams, he had surgery on his thumb a week or two ago. It was probably 3 weeks ago now. And he has been playing with last week. The backup was in the game, got destroyed. I don't know if it was a concussion or what. Yeah. So he gets pulled, and Jared Goff.
What was that guy's name? Like Worcester or something?
Yeah, Worcester was in there. Now, okay.
Wolford.
Yeah, Wolford, yes. Oof, okay. I'm going to show you this is the image of what Jared Goff's. I'm going to pull this up on the screen. This is what his thumb looked like. I don't know if you can see that there. When it dislocated, it was fully dislocated.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so they probably had
does
to.
Not look good.
They had to sew that back up.
Yeah. Yeah, that. I think that justifies a minus 7.5 line.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that the Rams in any way can beat the Packers. The Packers can beat the Packers, though. If the Packers come out rusty McGrusty, and I don't like it. I'm going to get Jersey Josh on the line. I don't like it when too many people or two teams have too much time off. Too many people get rusty too fast in sports. It's about rhythm. It's about repetition. It's about staying in your in your lane. And God forbid any COVID results. The only thing that could stop the Packers is rust. Now I'm gonna get Jersey Josh on the line, and we're gonna see. Now, what's Jersey Josh's record?
He's got 10-11 right now.
10-11. Yeah, Jersey. What did he like last week?
Last week, Jersey picked the Colts, who lost, the Rams that won, Washington that lost, and Ohio State that lost.
Oh, he loved Ohio State. That's right. Everybody that I saw was betting Ohio State, and that to me is it was the big red flag. Oh, I saw every prognosticator, the Barstool Sports people telling, oh man, those guys. If there's a group of people who know how to give out bad picks, I got to tell you, those Barstools, whatever they give, I just like to bet against.
Yeah.
And historically speaking, people ask me what my system is, how I bet, I tend to bet against the general public. I tend to bet against like what a lot of people think. When every one of the announcers picks a team, oh, I hate it. On the line, how we doing?
I'm here.
Vegas Al, how we doing?
I'm doing fine. How you guys?
Oh, we're excellent, Vegas Al. We're excellent. Now, I hear you got your Corona shot.
Yeah, with a Corona beer yesterday.
You got your vaccine. How are you feeling?
Well, it was fine. 3-hour wait in line in your car. Nowhere to go to the bathroom once you're getting out of your car, which I guess is okay. Just very fatigued later this evening, like all of a sudden, like knocked out. But now it's only lasted a few hours. I'm fine now again. So
good.
Yeah, I suggest anybody out there get the vaccine. It's the only way going to stop this virus.
Yeah, I get you. I hear you. Now, what did Vegas Al pick last week?
Last week he picked Alabama. Good choice.
Very good choice.
Only way to go on that one. I think I took the over in that too, didn't
Well, I got to tell you, it slowed down. I bet the under second half. Oh, that was the play. Everybody thought that was going to keep on scoring. Never, not even close.
Almost
Yeah, I
happened, though.
guess it slowed it down.
Yeah. Now, what are you thinking this weekend, Vegas Al?
All
Let
right.
me hear.
I've been reading some statistics. I'll run them by you. Okay, let's take the Rams and Packers first because that's tomorrow. First game Saturday, 4:35 Eastern time. Packers are favored by 6.5. Here's my theory: Goff and Aaron Rodgers both went to Cal. Okay. The last time that Goff, it's supposed to be very cold in Green Bay, like cold and windy. And everybody knows Aaron Rodgers has been playing in that for years. And that team is built for that kind of weather. The Rams are not. And the last time Goff played was in 2018 uh, in a road game against the Broncos, and he had one against the Bears that year. And he only had a 47% completion ratio. And in those two games, he had no touchdowns and 5 interceptions because of the weather. That's the only two times he's faced really bad weather. So, I mean, he's at it again this week. So, I mean, I do definitely give Rodgers a big, big advantage with the weather problem. And that team is not built for it, especially Goff. They're adapted to adverse weather conditions. And the Rams aren't.
So what are you telling me? Where's the play?
I'm not crazy with the number. I think it should be higher, but I got to back the Packers minus 6.5. I also would take it now because I think that's going to go to 7. I can't see it not. Oh, by the way, Green Bay is 6-2 against the spread in the last 8 playoff games.
And Green Bay has Aaron Rodgers with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and he's probably going to be MVP. So he's out there trying to show it. This is when he showcases himself. But I said the weather doesn't bother him.
Yeah, I like the under in that game.
Well, cold weather unders are usually pretty good. That's my next pick, actually.
Yeah, I actually took under 46. I
I like it.
Yeah, I like under 46. I've already taken the Packers, but it seems that Vegas or whoever is pretty firm on that 6.5 number because that hasn't moved too much. And people are betting the Packers pretty heavily.
Well, the public right now is on it. So you have to wait till the sharps get right before game time, I think a lot will move up to 7. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see. What do you like after that?
Well, Saturday night, you have the Ravens and Bills. And now you're looking at another horrible weather game. The current forecast is for cold and snow and very, very windy. So I don't think it affects the actual number as far as the 2.5 or maybe 3. I think it affects the under more. That's why I like the 49.5 under in that game.
Wow. Ravens, Bills.
I think the weather's going to impact the scoring. What's going to happen? You're going to have a lot of running if it's really that cold. The passing game's not working for either teams because of the weather. Then they're going to stick to the ground game, and that eats the clock up. And because you don't have complete passes and the clock stops. So I think the under looks pretty good there.
Yeah, I have to say both unders I like, but it always haunts me. It always haunts me to take unders because it's an under.
Yeah, I don't think Josh Allen's going to be hitting too many passes downfield. Not with the wind tomorrow blowing almost 20 miles an hour. So.
Well, who do you think wins the game? Give me a prediction on who wins the game.
Well, I picked Buffalo to win the Super Bowl, so I got to go with it.
Oh, you got to go. But yeah, I mean, I didn't know you picked them to win the Super Bowl, but yeah, I think Buffalo wins this game. I think Lamar Jackson's taking that team as far as he can this season.
By the way, one more trend. The The under is 5-1 in Baltimore's last 6 road games.
Well, it really does depend on the weather, and it also depends how Lamar Jackson is throwing the ball.
Yeah, but it just seems like whether weather or not, Lamar Jackson, the under keeps hitting. Whatever the weather is, if it's 5-1 on the road, it seems like he doesn't play the same on the road.
Well, that's actually a really good point. He doesn't play the same on the road, which leads me to like him.
Games, he's not. So, and my last pick, I mean, I did like. I originally, it's too late now. He put the bet in on the Browns, and now we hear Landry's is downgraded, probably not going to play, and that really hurts. He's their best wide receiver, so the line's still -10. Mayfield's got to have a great game. I don't think the defense is the same as Kansas City in the past. I also don't think Mahomes having a great year like he had in the past. So, hey, it's possible the Browns can cover that 10 points, but it's going to be close.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Landry. I don't know. I'm pulling up the latest injury report.
Last time I looked is that they were they downgraded him. Cleveland's also 4-11 against the spread in his last 15 road games.
Now, I think the 10-point line is about right. I've heard some people say, I think that's about right. I think they lose, but I think the Browns, if they can just get Kansas City off their game for the first half, they stand a chance. But if Kansas City, if they are hitting on all cylinders, no chance. The Browns can't beat them.
Mm-mm.
But
no, the Browns don't have the best defense in the world either. So,
no, I mean, no. But Patrick Mahomes hasn't been playing that good this season.
Yeah, but they're still the second best offense.
I know. Well, that's the thing. Kansas City is so good that they can actually play average and still just roll over teams.
Yeah, well, no, it could be close. I mean, who knows? Mahomes will definitely end up winning this game somehow. Maybe he doesn't cover the 10. We'll see,
Well, that's the thing. There have been a lot of surprises in the division round right now. Like, there's a lot. I mean, the Browns won 11 games this year. So as much as we may like to make jokes, the Browns have won enough games to be very respectable.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about the Old Man Bowl?
Well, you got the two most experienced quarterbacks in the league. I don't know. It's a tough one. Truthfully, I think I'm going to go with. I got to go with Brady. I just think he's going to shine like he does in the playoffs. I think Brady's a little bit more in better shape than Drew Brees is. And it is an indoor game, so there's not going to be any fans. There's no home field advantage because I've been in that stadium in New Orleans quite a few times, and when those fans start going that who dat stuff, it gets loud in there. But it's not going to have that tomorrow. So it's basically one team against the other with no fans. I think Tampa's got a good shot at winning that game.
I absolutely agree that this is a big advantage for Tampa Bay not to have fans in New Orleans.
I think if the fans were there with all that who dat crap, I think that New Orleans would win the game. But you have to get really psyched up when you have nobody cheering for you.
Well, New Orleans has a good defense. They have a very formidable defense. But without the fans, I think Tom Brady can signal his receivers. He can check out of things, because that's what it's going to be. Is if Tom Brady is as prepared as we expect him to be, is he going to make the in-game adjustments?
Tom Brady has always called the most audibles in the league of any other quarterback consistently. he should have no problem as far as Sunday goes with no fans in there.
Well, I absolutely think that Tampa Bay is going to win this game. And a part of me does. It's just, I believe the teams are, when I stack up teams, I think New Orleans, I think they're the better team slightly. But I think Tampa Bay, it's really hard to beat a team 3 times in a season in the NFL. And I think Tampa Bay has seen enough of New Orleans that they're not going to come out so surprised at either their team speed, at their play calling.
I think Tampa Bay comes out real fast tomorrow.
Well, I think Tampa Bay, I think they're going to be better game plan. Just because of their 2 losses. Like, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in the NFL, even if it's a dumpy team.
Huh.
It's really hard just because teams, they learn your tendencies.
It doesn't happen often. I don't even remember last time it did.
No, and Tom Brady, I mean, their comparable stats are absolutely incredible. Tom Brady and Drew Brees. I think that's going to be the game that I'm most excited to see. But
yeah, I think that's the best game on the docket. Actually.
But I'm really excited. I got to say, I'm really excited for the Bills-Ravens also. The Bills-Ravens are going to be a good game because the Bills have been hitting on all cylinders for so long. The Ravens seem to have got it together, but you know, these are 2 teams that are both really chugging right now, and something's got to give.
Lamar's not the same on the road; it's just not. So we'll see. I think Buffalo has fans there. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
So that helps, you know.
Oh, I get it. All right, Vegas Al, I am going to get Jersey Josh on the line. We're going to see what his picks are, and I will talk to you later. You rest up and take care of yourself, sir.
You got it, guys. Have a good weekend.
All right.
Man, take care.
So, wait, what were his picks?
He's going to take the Packers. He's taking the Bills. He's taking the Bucks. Actually, I missed his pick on the Chiefs and Browns. What did he say?
Yeah, well, I'll make sure that I didn't, I don't know what, and he said.
So he picked the Packers, the Bills, and the Bucks.
Yeah, and the Packers under, I think, right? Or no? Or did I pick that? I picked that.
Yeah, well, he said.
Well, no, I didn't get that clear on his picks. Well, maybe, I mean, we don't have to. What's his record?
His record is 9-11.
9-11. Well, that's not bad.
Not a bad record. Yeah.
No, that's. I mean, 2 games under 500 is not good, but I thought it was worse, and that's the thing. When it comes down to the wire, like it is, boy, like none of these games are gonna be easy. Even that Packers game, you think it's gonna be just a rollover? Absolutely not. There's gonna be weird things that happen. It's gonna be cold. Oh, man. Jared Goff is going to find a way.
See what he has. It's all up to his thumb. That's the real player.
Jared Goff conjures the spirit of Peyton Manning. The playoffs have a very weird way of making things happen. Now we have on the line our man in Jersey. Are you in the snow?
Nah, it's beautiful. 55 degrees. Nice out today.
See, I was hoping you guys were gonna get some snow out there.
One of the best things about global warming. I'm a fan of global warming.
Now,
What's
Jersey Josh, hold on. What is your record right now?
All right, so last week Jersey Josh bet the Colts, who lost, the Rams that won, Washington that lost, and Ohio State that lost. So his record is
Colts
now...
covered. Colts covered.
The Colts covered.
Oh, they did?
Yes, the Colts covered. Okay. See? Richard Sarvate not only has he learned the difficulty of making picks, but Josh, what are you doing with Washington, Josh?
So his record is now 11-10.
Yes, you're
Washington
what?
covered that number too, baby.
Which one?
Oh, 11. Wait, Washington covered as well?
No,
Exactly.
no.
Yeah.
Washington. Who did they play last week?
The
Tampa Bay.
Buccaneers, they covered.
I teased the Bucks.
Oh.
Oh,
That's why. Wait.
come on.
Wait, so Washington? No, it was Bucks 31-23.
I'm gonna call a special counsel on this one here.
Yeah, we're gonna pull up this final line last week.
I got 11.5 on my book. I don't know what your guys was.
11. Well, it was minus 7.5 over here.
Covered either way on that one.
No, you see, we're looking.
It was 8, right?
I'm seeing what the final line is, Jersey Josh. I am not going. This is very big for your record.
Final line is minus 10.5. Yeah.
Wow, minus line was 10.5. So you did cover on the final line.
Oh, okay. Wow.
There you go.
You did. I did not then on the full. See, because I got it much
you had the
lower.
Bucks.
I got it much lower. See, that's the thing. Lines move, folks. And we have to take the final line. That goes against my record.
Yeah.
Now, I have to say.
What's my record now? What's my record?
Yeah, he's got 2.
12-9.
12-9, which is good.
That's a good record.
No,
yeah.
that's your 3 games over 500. Not bad. I have to say, this weekend, I am very confident in a couple things. One is the fact that something weird is going to happen in this Rams-Packers game.
Yep.
Something, because that line isn't moving, and Vegas has decided that number is what it's going to be. And that's a weird number.
I agree. That game scares me a little bit. I'm actually on one. I have a hunch on the under.
Well, that's what I like. That's what I do like. There's one bet, and I hate
my theory.
to give a lock on an under.
I think the Rams are going to run the ball. Jared Goff's a little banged up. I think you're going to see more of a defensive battle and an all-ground attack from the Rams, trying to get out early, trying to hold the lead a little bit.
Well, the Rams have a legitimate defense.
They do.
They can hold Aaron Rodgers to 21 points. They absolutely
What's the final number you have there?
For next week, I still have 6.5.
And what about the total?
45.5.
Yeah, I could see like a 21-17 type of game.
Absolutely. And that's why it'll be a late touchdown.
I don't think you're going to get a lot of points out of the Rams, but I don't think they're going to give up a lot of points.
Well, that's the thing. I could see it being 21-10 going into the third.
Yep.
The Packers know they got it sealed up.
And the public likes to play the over on the Packers.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
That's the one. I mean, I like the Packers first half. I've bet them already. First half minus 3.5.
Uh-huh.
Real gamblers take the under, right? Because they're like, we just want to see a shitty game so people
People
don't score.
take the under. Public takes the over.
Yeah. People who
There's no fun in taking the under, man. That's like a nail biter.
0% fun. 0% fun when you bet under points. Like, I bet. Do you understand, Jersey Josh? My biggest bets were Alabama, and I teased the under. And those 2 touchdowns that they called back for Ohio State at the end of the game. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Gigantic.
Like when one of them, I was totally. I told Richard, I'm done. The game I lost. That's a touchdown.
He just walked
and
out.
it was magically they ruled it. He bobbled, and Richard's like, "No, it wasn't." I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
What?"
Yep.
I couldn't believe that.
The Angels were on your side.
Oh my goodness. Oh. So yeah, I actually that night I think I took Vegas. I was 6-0 or something in all my picks. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, they were very unhappy the next day.
Yeah, I feel like everybody's gonna load up on the Packers.
I know.
I feel like that could be like a 4-point game for some reason.
Well, that's what I'm afraid of. That is what I like the Packers in my teaser. I have the Packers -0.5 because I no way, no how the Rams. If that offense, okay, if they can somehow keep the Packers off their rhythm, somehow, like they stand a chance to maybe keep it tight for the first half.
Yeah.
But there's no. Aaron Rodgers has come out and he made a statement. You don't draft a quarterback in the first round when you have me.
Yep.
He made a statement and he wants to go to the Super Bowl this year. He knows he may win the MVP. He's got maybe one more shot with a team, 2 more shots with a team this good.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Jared Goff.
Yeah, I think the Rams are gonna be able to move the ball a little bit on that defense. A lot of running. I think that you'll see the clock just tick, tick.
Well,
tick.
that's the thing. Who's the running back for Atkins? Akers.
Yep.
He's actually proven to be serviceable.
Yeah.
So that being said, you still have to be able to throw the ball.
Exactly.
You
What are you
have.
saying for what's the weather like tomorrow?
30 degrees, light wind, 33, 10% chance of snow, 33 degrees.
Okay. Not horrible.
No, it's not. It's not horrible. But the point that you brought up, Jared Goff's hand in the cold. Once, those hand warmers can only do so much. Once it gets hit against a helmet and people are going to try to be fucking with it a little, messing with it a little. Excuse me. My mother says I say the F word too much on the show.
The thumb is very important. I've been playing a lot of fetch with Hazel, and I really use my thumb.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
I'm looking here. Weather game time kickoff 30 degrees. I actually give me the Rams. I'll take the points.
Wow.
Could be an upset winner there too in that game.
No way. Impossible.
Yep.
The Rams defense is legitimate. They
I'm
stopped.
telling you, if the Rams get a defensive touchdown or a special teams touchdown, whole different game.
Wow. I don't.
Everybody's going Packers. The whole world.
Well, not necessarily. I do hear a lot of people saying they like the number here.
Okay.
Giving that pick, and that's fine. That's fine, but I like the Packers first half -3.5.
That's a good bet.
I just think they're gonna come out. They're gonna come out and score 10 or so. I believe the Packers go up 21, and the Rams probably grind back into a cover. 17 into a cover. If you want to guess, know how I envision that game going, the Packers going up 3 touchdowns, not scoring again, and I could see the 17, the backdoor cover for the Rams. Totally.
Oh, backdoor boogie right there.
Yeah, I can totally see it. But the game that I'm so interested in your thoughts on the next game. What do you think? Right. What do you think about Ravens Bills?
I think the Ravens are hot.
What do you call the Bills? The Bills are a steamroller.
Hot too, I know, man. I think if they had a home field advantage, the Bills would win.
The Bills have 6,000 fans there.
6,000 is not shit. I mean, that's like playing a game and all your fans leave and the rest of the fans still in the building.
Yeah, that's right. Like you walked everyone.
Yeah, it's like after a blowout, and a couple of fans are still left in. I feel like there are 1 or 2 big plays that the Buffalo defense can't stop.
Well, the weather's going to be the same. 34 degrees, 3% chance of snow.
So evenly matched, man. That's probably the best game of the weekend too.
Woohoo! I'm excited. I think Buffalo wins and covers.
As a football fan, I like both teams. I actually like both teams, and I think the Ravens' run game is going to bring it. Their defense always will bring it.
As a thinking man, though, I don't think Lamar Jackson. Look, I knew he was going to beat Tennessee.
One of them's going to lay an egg, right?
Well,
Lamar or Josh Allen's going to lay an egg tomorrow.
My theory is Tennessee was the Goliath for the Ravens, and they slayed them. And, they're going to actually meet a real Goliath in Buffalo. Because, yes, the Ravens' defense they're okay, but they absolutely are not the best. I say the Saints' defense is better than the Ravens.
So Buffalo's going to the championship game.
I think so. I think this is Buffalo's year. I do. Okay.
They're hot. They've been hot all year.
Well, the problem is Buffalo's going to have to run the ball. They're going to have to be able to run the ball. They can't just depend on Josh Allen to throw
all these guys looking for coaches have been poaching at their coaches. Does the poaching screw up the game plan?
Now, has anyone from Buffalo, like in the NFL, you can't talk?
The Eagles are all over the offensive coordinator from Buffalo.
I don't think you're allowed to talk to him till the season's over.
You all know they're talking behind the scenes.
Well, sure. They all are talking behind the scenes. And, that Ohio State game last week, I kept hearing the argument that Steve Sarkisian, the offensive coordinator for Alabama, how he's already checked out. And this, I'm like, he wants a national championship. I don't think you check out for, you're going to Texas, but you don't got a coach.
We're just too good.
No, Alabama, they did. Well,
they're back up in the national championship.
Well, and if you want to know, that Fields, he probably screwed his body up in that last game pretty bad. He couldn't have been doing what he did without taking a shot. And when kids like that start pushing themselves, that's how your body becomes crickety at 30, and you can't, you got shortness of breath, you can't get up in the morning. What he did, because he's a little kid. I don't think Justin Fields, if you're the 4th or 5th or 6th pick and you get Justin Fields in the NFL draft, oh, done. Your team, that's a wasted pick.
I agree.
You're destroying your franchise. Now, what is your pick? We're gonna do this next game, and I want to hear also your thoughts on James Harden.
All right, my pick of the weekend?
No, your Ravens Bills pick.
I'm going Ravens, man.
You are? Wow. Ravens plus 2.5.
It's going to come down to the end of the game, tie game, and you're going to see Lamar break a run to set him up for field goal range, a field goal game. Low score, defensive affair.
You have faith in Lamar.
I don't have faith, but I feel like he breaks one at the end. I'm not the biggest fan of Lamar, but
I'm not against Lamar Jackson in any way, but I think the Bills have put it together this year. Their running game is good enough where they can pound it in, but Josh Allen is making plays.
Yeah.
Josh Allen is he's smart. He's not. Last year he did, I don't know if you remember the playoffs, he did the forward flip with the ball, and then he got it intercepted. It might have been intercepted I don't think he's going to make those forward flip plays anymore. He's learned.
Yep.
And I think Lamar Jackson is learning also, but I gotta say, I really like the Bills. Now hold on. Jersey Josh, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant. Does it work?
Doesn't work?
Does it? I'm asking you.
Does Kyrie ever play again?
Well, I think he's he's forfeited $960,000 in salary, plus he got
Probably go like the Eastern Finals.
well, he gets paid. You know, he gets his game checks for like $380,000
The game?
a game.
Jesus.
Yeah, something crazy. Yeah, he's something crazy.
Whew.
Yeah, it might be 350, whatever. Like Kyrie he's a max deal player, and you know, Kevin Durant, he looks great, but I don't think he can lead a team without Kyrie. I think it might work with James Harden,
Yeah.
but I don't know how it works with all three.
Yeah.
Although I don't know who I heard this from, but the funniest thing I heard is when you put three like sad players together, when has it ever worked? Right? Like three players that like they just are always bitching about something. Because they did everything they could for James Harden. Everything.
Yep.
They had a team perfectly set up for him and he couldn't win.
I was hoping the Sixers grabbed him personally.
Well, I think you'd be a lot better off. James Harden, Joel Embiid would work.
I'm hearing Bradley Beal to the Sixers.
Really? Well, Houston, I mean, it's just a fire sale in Houston because their owner, he's losing money. He's burning like $10 million a day on his casinos and restaurants. Yeah, Tillman Fertitta, the owner of Houston, he owns casinos. He owns Houston's restaurant chain. He owns Tillman Fertitta owns a bunch of stuff, and he is not making any money.
No.
So, does it work or no? See, yeah, Landry's he's a billionaire though. I'm not. I feel less when I look him up. I feel less bad.
Yeah.
4.4 billion.
Yeah, he'll be all right. Yeah. He's gonna make it.
Yeah, I mean, but smart businessman. He owns the Golden Nugget. He owns I guess the Golden Nuggets in Atlantic City also. Yeah, he owns a few.
So they got like what? 5 first-round picks.
Oh man, but what does a first round pick do? Like these people who sell me on picks in the NBA, it's basically the first 3 picks and then everything else is rolling the dice.
Yep.
So yeah, whatever picks they got, I don't know if you're ever gonna get anything like James Harden. But let me ask you this, Jersey Josh: can a player like James Harden ever win an NBA championship?
No.
You know, in Philly, as a fan of Philadelphia, he saw one of the greatest players to ever not win a championship, Allen Iverson.
Yep.
Now, a player like Allen Iverson, if all the great video games, like he was almost unfair to use, his ability to move with the ball, it was unbelievable. But a guy, he was, 6'3", probably threw his body all over the court. The thing is, he had to do everything. And the only time he got to a championship is when everyone else on the play defense, everyone else on the team, and he had one of the best shot blockers of all time. And arguably one of the top 5 NBA coaches of all time, who literally formed an offense around him. If James Harden gets all the right pieces, he can make it to a championship, but I think he has the same fate as Allen Iverson.
It's such a dud, like on defense. And
Well, Allen Iverson wasn't the best. He didn't play a whole lot of defense.
How many games I've seen hard to score, those guys just drive right by him. Doesn't even put his hand out there to stop him.
Well, Harden plays a very Ole style of defense, like a bullfighter. Ole.
Like it's all pretend or what?
Yeah, like Yes, he plays a very Fugazi style of. Okay, now that was our NBA talk for the day. Let's get back. Let's get back to the games now. Cleveland Browns, Kansas City Chiefs.
What's going to be the upset of the weekend, Brad?
Well, Tampa Bay. I say Tampa Bay.
Not an upset. That's not an upset.
It's not an upset, but
What's the upset?
if it is, God damn, I hope it's Cleveland.
I'm. You know what? The more I'm thinking about it, that number is gigantic.
Okay. I agree. 10 points is unbelievably large to me.
Yeah.
But the betting seems pretty even, 50-50. People are going both ways. The over, 80% of the money is on the over 50. It's up to 50, I don't even know, 7 now? It's huge.
Is it really?
I'm looking the over under right now. It's 52. No, it's 52 on my book. Other places have it up to 57. Wow. So yeah, there's a big spread in the over under. I think the under is probably the sharp play there.
What, the under?
And that game, yeah, I think Kansas City's gonna have more rust.
Yeah.
Because look, the Rams aren't going to beat the Packers. The Packers are going to beat the Packers if they do. The Cleveland Browns, if they beat the Kansas City Chiefs, that will be one of those Peyton Manning style games, right? Where they had everything put together and then they lose to Pittsburgh or something.
Here's what I'm thinking now. You remember the game about 2-3 weeks ago? Where the Browns, Ravens, Lamar had to take a shit. He was out for about a half hour.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Ravens win, Browns win. We got the fucking toilet bowl rematch.
Wow. The toilet bowl rematch.
Right? That was
Oh my God.
that was one of the best games all year.
I think in my heart of hearts that Kansas City is going to be prepared, is probably going to smack them. But I want
feeling themselves a little bit. We're Super Bowl champs. We came here to blow everybody out all the time. I worry about the rust, right?
Yes, absolutely. No, the rust is a real factor. The rust is a real factor for Kansas City, but I've seen that team play, and they are good. And historically speaking, Richard Sarvate, when a team sputters into the playoffs the way Kansas City has sputtered in, they always and then a bye week, teams always seem to disappoint.
Yeah.
They always do, and I can't explain it. I don't know why.
This year is different, too, because we only have 2 bye weeks. Usually you have 4 teams on the bye, and usually one of those teams on the bye is losing outright. Right?
Yes, absolutely. One of the teams on the bye is losing outright. Is it going to be the Packers or is it going to be Kansas City? I mean, I don't know.
Or it's not going to happen because there's only 2 byes this year.
That's also true.
You know? But when there was 4, I would say one of those teams is definitely losing outright.
But there's going to be one upset this weekend. There's no doubt about it. There's going to be one upset.
Yep.
And I don't know what is the bigger upset. The Rams, they're going to have to find some kind of passing offense. Even if they go up 17 points on Green Bay, I think Green Bay has the weapons.
Oh, yeah, they'll come right down.
Yeah, to score. Like, Aaron Rodgers is playing out of his mind.
Yep.
Oh man, this is holy shamoles. The Lakers.
Let's get to the next game where you fly to the casino, you bring a backpack with you, and you put it all on one game, right?
This is the one, huh?
That's the one.
I like it right here. Tampa
You're
Bay.
what? You're 2-0 in the Vegas specials, right?
Yeah, I'm 2-0 in the Vegas specials. I have to say I have loved Tampa Bay from the beginning in this one.
Yep.
And it's the revenge factor. It's the 3 times in a year. It's the no fans.
There's that out where when a team gets swept by their division opponent 2 games and they face them in the playoffs, the odds of them losing that game are so slim. I gotta find you that number, but it's like that team wins like 90-something% of the time.
See, that's what I'm talking
crazy.
about. This is.
I mean, I might take a loan out to put on this.
This is one of those plays where I
And you got
really
Tom.
like Tampa Bay.
Whatever the odds are, now you have Tom Brady involved in the odds. And Bruce Arians. And I like how Antonio Brown's starting to heat up. The whole team's starting to get a little hot.
I think the Antonio Brown factor could be real.
Huge. If there was fans in the Superdome in Louisiana, I'd probably stay away from it. But this is like a neutral game right now.
Oh, this
That-
is.
I was in that stadium. Playoff games is unbelievable. They get rocks, but there's nobody there. There's no advantage there.
So go through your picks. Give me all 4 of your picks because I want to make it clear. This is for you.
Under in the Rams game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going the Ravens. I'm going the Browns. And I'm going the Buccaneers.
Wow, he's taking the Browns. Crazy.
I'm taking the 10, holding my nose.
I
can't lay 10 points on a playoff game. I just can't do it.
I hate to take the Packers, but I'm gonna take the Packers.
You're not going against me, but
No, I just don't like. I've seen the Rams offense. I've seen it with my own eyes, and it's so one-dimensional.
cool.
And it's a big deal. Like it's a big deal that they don't have Robert Woods. You know, it's a big deal that they don't have like a big play guy.
What's your take on the total?
Under.
Here's my thoughts too. I
I'm-
could see like a 35-3 ass whooping too by the Packers. It still goes under, right?
Yes, big play on the under, 100% under.
I can see the Packers coming out smacking them, and the Rams have nothing.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely. I'm telling you, I am 100%. I am 100% on the under in that Packers game.
I don't even watch the game, dude.
I have seen that offense for the Rams, and it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
I agree. Because I can see 35-3 or 30-13, right?
And the Rams, there is a bit of look how far they made it this year. It's good. Like nobody expected them to win the Super Bowl. There's no pressure on them to win the Super Bowl. No one has even got to cheer for them at the home stadium yet. Like there's no pressure on anyone except Jared Goff, and he just had thumb surgery. Get out of here.
And it's twisted. If the other quarterback was able to play, he'd be playing.
Oh, 100%.
That guy got his life ruined, huh?
Oh my god. We're just laughing about him.
Well, no, I mean, he
Imagine, you know what I was thinking? Imagine you're that poor kid's mom and dad. Your son's getting a playoff start last week. You're all excited. Like, what, a 5th or 6th play? The kid's got rocked. He's out of the game.
And he didn't just get rocked. He had to get ambulanced out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, what is his name? Mitchum?
Wolford.
Worcester. Oh yeah.
They were saying he had a little bit of a pedigree from the I guess from the whatever league he came
Well,
from.
he was the guy who had a LinkedIn profile. And
Yeah.
changed his LinkedIn profile
I
before
guess
the
he
game.
reactivated that, right?
I'm sure. After all, the jokes got to be enough.
Yeah. No, I'm sure he's back on now.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was going to have to say. He reactivates, start applying for some jobs.
Had to bring him on the show.
Yeah, I mean, once we get some guests in here, goddamn right. Jersey Josh, the pleasure has been all of mine. I will text you this weekend. Good luck, but
You going to
not.
Vegas? You going to Vegas?
I'm deciding.
Oh boy.
I'm deciding. Like, let me see how tomorrow goes because I am heavy on the Packers under.
Brian's going to Vegas, lay the house, baby.
Hey, now I got to see how the Packers under goes tomorrow.
Okay.
Because if that goes, maybe
What do you do? Fly there?
I drive because I take Hazel.
How long?
4 hours.
That's it?
Yeah, it's not too bad. Especially, with pandemic traffic, it's way easier.
And there's a really good date shake place on the way.
Yeah, there's an excellent shake that the dates, homegrown, natural California dates. Oh, delicious. They put them in a shake. Let's see.
I was thinking about the one time your Mercedes got a tree through it.
Oh, my goodness. I was just telling Richard Sarvate about that story. Yes, when the C got smashed. Oh,
brand new Mercedes, right?
That thing was beautiful. It wasn't brand new at that. It was a year or so old, but God, that thing was a beauty. Oh, it got busy. But actually, I was also telling Richard that saved me from making the payments because I was underwater. So, Jersey Josh, good luck. This has been the Brian Moreno Show, the sports spectacular. I'm going to post this at 12:01 tonight.
Oh, root 'em in,
the Saturday. Okay, my picks, the Brian Moreno picks.
Yep.
Packers under. Bills. Browns. Bucks.
Oh,
yes,
shit.
you heard it here.
Oh, wow.
That was Jersey Josh. This has been the Brian Moreno Show.
Exciting weekend, huh?